Hi everyone, this is Kelly and I am here with my 6-year-old.
Hi.
And we're going to go through the 2018 December daily. I start right after Thanksgiving, so Black Friday, and that's we go through. Sometimes I go through the 25th of December. Sometimes I go all the way through the 31st. But this is our 2018 December daily review. So here we go. So this is our Thanksgiving. We always, like I said, I start with November. And I will put somewhere on the string which paper pad I used because I don't remember which ones I used at the time. But I used, these are ones that I got from Hobby Lobby, just some numbers, some gold numbers. Try to move it over, see if I can get it all in camera. There we go. So this was on the 22nd. This is on the 23rd, 24th, and 25th. We always get our Christmas tree right after Thanksgiving. So I start off with Thanksgiving and what happened on our day. There's just a little snippet of what happened on the 23rd, which is that Black Friday, is when we found our Christmas tree. And then the next day, the day after, through lots of coaxing from the children, we decorated our tree. And then the 25th, let's see, my husband and I sing on our worship team. So this was a Sunday, and this is about us singing on the worship team. So just how everyone fell asleep that day because we were all really, really tired. So fall asleep. And let's see, these are just some memories from the 26th. This is when Becca was pretending to be Gecko from, my 6-year-old was pretending to be Gecko from PJ Masks and how much she enjoyed it. The 27th, we had an accident, and I hate that we hit an animal, but we did. We hit a deer. We live in an area where there's lots of deers, so I wound up journaling about that. The 28th, since we're very active in our church, this is about Becca choosing the Bible as her book for the night that she wanted to read. We read a story. We were reading stories every night, and she chose the Bible as the story that she wanted to read. I do apologize for the glare. I'm sorry about that. The 28th, this is a picture of my little one and my husband. And this is where we were just able to capture this little moment between the two of them. And she was leaning up against her daddy, and just talking her little baby talk, and with her little stuffy and her sippy cup. And that was just a sweet moment between the two of them. So I did that, and then I just had flip up. This is when she was trying to feed her older sister. My youngest felt feeding her oldest. And then that concludes November. And then we get into December, and I used a very old pack, and I don't remember what I used, but I will.
That's my bestie.
The
one in the purple jacket is my bestie.
I will tell you which ones I used. I'll link it somewhere on the screen. Yep, this is her bestie. We went to the Christmas parade, and these are the numbers that I used. If you can see it, I used my Cricut to. Let's see if I can zoom in. There we go. I used my Cricut to cut out the numbers. It was just a font that I had on the computer, and I just blew it up to about 3/4 of an inch just to make it a little bit bigger, and so I could place it on the page. Something small enough but big enough that it could be seen.
And that helped a little bit.
So that was my day one. About us going to the parade and decorating the girls' room with the Christmas tree. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Day two. You zoom out a little bit so you can see it. Day two is, oh gosh, what happened on day two? Oh, this is about the tomatoes that we grew in the garden and how they grew so late in the season, but they lasted all the way up until November, and then we were able to pick them off the vine, and they stayed on our counter so that they could green, remember? Yeah. And then so this is all about that, and then the Christmas wish that the girls wanted. I think someone wanted Daniel Tiger. Yeah, they're what they had wanted and wished for Christmas. And my oldest Becca wanted a fire truck, and my youngest wanted a Daniel Tiger doll. On day 3, I just I put at the top. So usually I find a space somewhere on the page where I can put the numbers. That's why I like the 3/4 of an inch, because it's not too big that I can't find a spot, even in the corner or in the top, and it's not too small where it gets lost amongst all the journaling that I do. And this year I did try to use more stamps in my stash, so that's an MFT stamp. Here's day 4. Day 4 I cut and I put on a cutout of one of the sheets from the paper pad, one of the decorations, what are those called, ornaments? There we go. I can't remember what they were. Day 5 was us going to worship.
My sister's doctor's appointment.
Yeah, that was a different day. That was day 6. But on day 5, we went to I think it was Awana's. That was a Wednesday.
Wait.
Do you remember? Yep, this is when we went to Awana's and she got a new award patch. And day 7, we went to Barnes & Noble's to pick up some new books. And then it's kind of odd, but I did day 6 over here so that I could do this flip because I had a bigger space.
My sister wasn't happy.
No, she wasn't. This is us going to her checkup. And Mia did not want to go. She did not have a very happy time. You could tell from the picture she is not a very happy little girl.
Right now.
This was our candy cane hunt. We do a candy cane hunt each year. It's one of the highlights, I think, of Christmas or Christmas season. This is our little one walking around the pool. This is all before we moved, right? Right before we moved to the house.
Yeah.
And Becca and her bestie. And her other friends, her bestie's brother. That's Emery, another other little friend. And here are the kids again.
That's the truck. If you might not be able to see, that's the Christmas truck. It looks really pretty.
So day 9 was another Christmas parade that we went to, and we saw Christmas lights and all the cars dressed up, and the trucks and the floats, and all the Christmas lights that you could ever have in the world were on those floats, weren't they?
And this is our family.
Okay, hold on, we haven't gotten there yet. This is day 10. This is Becca praying for some snow. And this is Mia, or Becca, helping Mia with her socks and putting her socks on. Day 11 is us going to the mall. Becca stopped at Build-A-Bear, and she put her name on Santa's nice list at Build-A-Bear. And we also picked out our ornament for the year to go on our Christmas tree, right?
And this is me, which you can see, Becca, Daddy, Mommy, and Mia, which is you can actually see that, and that's the little one.
Day 12, this is when we took our Christmas photos, and we took our annual Christmas photos with our photographers. She's moving. She moved. Actually, I think she's moved by now, but she won't be taking our photos. She moved out of state. I know, tears. But this is our Christmas photo. So day 12 is our holiday Christmas photo. This year we did Christmas jammies. And I used the envelope as a pocket that the big card comes in. And then I made a little pull out of all of their pictures. Well, some of their pictures. Here are the girls. Our family photo, the big one. And then here's Becca on the back. There we go. So just a couple of highlighted photos, and I just stuck them behind, or in the envelope here.
She put this on so we can take it out easily.
That's right, so you know to take it out. Good girl.
This is day 17.
Let's see, what does it say?
13. This is day 13, and this is a sign of us making the gingerbread house, and this is me making the gingerbread house.
That's
and
right.
There's something exciting coming.
Yeah, this is when you made the Grinch Christmas house, remember?
Yeah, wait, what?
Yeah, that was your Grinchy Christmas gingerbread house.
That was the Grinch?
That was the Grinch gingerbread house. Speaking of the Grinch, we
went to the Grinch movie that's on Christmas.
so one of the churches in the area, they put on a Grinch story, and they put a big production on with Christmas lights, and took a couple of pictures from the show.
Grinch.
And this is where we also were at the mall that day later on.
Big Santa.
And Becca saw a big picture of Santa and took a picture in front of Santa. And then there's our Mia. She's having cotton candy. The girls, they had a little vendor that was selling cotton candy, and the girls had a little bit of cotton candy. And this is just some the ephemera from the show.
This, I think this is the paper that we get to.
Mm-hmm. I'm so sorry for any noises you hear in the background. My husband is working on the bathroom. And then day 15
is me acting as a robot.
That's right. Becca put on these little white stickers on her wrist, and she pretended that she was going to be a robot. And this was that she had said, I even wrote the text message because it was kind of late, or not late, but it was early in the afternoon, and Mommy was at work and she was at home. Oh, let me show you so you can see it. She was at home with her dad, and Becca said, let's turn the refrigerator into a robot. And I said, okay, the refrigerator is a robot. And she says, no, but it doesn't have any bracelets. So I thought that was sweet, and I wrote that down and kept that memory of it. And this is just a cutout, or an SVG from, I keep missing you guys, I hope you guys see this, a SVG from Miss Kate's Cuttables. And I printed it out and had it cut on my Cricut. There we go. And then we went
This is day 7.
That's right. And so we went to the Candy Cane Express that day.
Yep. And there's popcorn. You can see that popcorn.
This is the big train. So it's a train. We live in Oregon, and this is the train out in Salem. I want to say Salem, but I could be wrong. No, Santiam Canyon. And they took the Candy Cane Express, and we had a big ride. It's about an hour ride. The train rides a half an hour one way and then a half an hour back to the station. And this is our family photo. Someone was kind of take a picture of us. And then just some other memories, memorable photos of the girls.
And when we were on the train, my dad said that he wanted, all I want for Christmas is a fish sandwich. All I want for Christmas is a fish sandwich.
Mm-hmm. All I want for Christmas is a fish sandwich. Mm-hmm. All right, let's get through this book.
I like that.
We also there was an organization, Walk a Mile for a Child, for against child abuse, and so we also donated to the organization. And that was day 15. This is the continuation of day 15. So later on that evening, we went and we saw some more Christmas lights around town.
And I know.
Looking at the houses, and then we came across a couple of different displays. This big one, all the little reindeers' heads, they move like up and down in different times. So it's just really cute, like they're feeding. And so it was a sweet display, and I really liked it and took a picture of it.
And this is the snowman.
Snowman juggling.
I didn't see that.
Yeah.
I think it's fireworks.
And this was the house of all houses. Look at all those lights. It was enormous and just massively bright. You can't really see it from this photo, but there's lights all across the roof. I mean, over the entire span of the roof. That was the house, the mega of all houses, right?
Yeah.
And then the 16th, let's see, is when
we were getting ready for church.
No, we weren't getting ready for church. We were getting ready for something. And Becca snapped this photo of me, which I was really appreciative of, because now Mommy actually gets to be in the pictures and not necessarily always behind the camera. I was in front of the camera this time, right?
You happy?
I was happy. And this...
Look at that smile. She's not really smiling.
I'm smiling. Here is Becca honoring Wonder Woman. And
they are like capturing her or something.
Mm-hmm. So I came into our kitchen and saw this scenario going on. And I asked Becca, what was going on? Why is Wonder Woman surrounded by all these little people. I thought it was kind of like a Gulliver's Travel episode. I don't even think you know what Gulliver's Travel is.
Nope.
But she said that it was a parade for Wonder Woman and all of her, all these little figurines, her little people figurines, and Paw Patrol is in there. The princesses are in there.
Dog, the dog on the job. Woof, woof.
A lot of inside jokes going on today. That they were lifting her up and carrying her around like a parade and honoring Wonder Woman because she was so cool.
Yeah. I think I knew JoJo when I was that age, and then they were like lifting her up.
Like JoJo Siwa?
Yeah.
Okay.
JoJo Siwa.
So see, I put the numbers in different places if you look, just throughout the different places. Anywhere where I can find a clean spot to put the numbers in. But I love the size of them. I think it's one of the things I like about printing or cutting the numbers out with the Cricut or the Silhouette if you have it. Any type of any kind of die cutting machine will be able to do it. But I really like it this way because I can make them as big and as small as I want it. Day 18 was a whole lot of things going on. And so I just journaled about every little thing that went over. So we mailed out our Christmas cards. Becca took my phone, but she took some of the best pictures of her eating. You can see that on the next stage over here. Just some photos of her, just taking selfies of her eating food. We do the Samaritan's Purse every year. Operation Christmas Child.
Got to be in that picture?
Yeah, I did. Here's Operation Christmas Child, and the girls always go and we shop every year for the kids, right? In other countries that may not be able to have Christmas or may not get toys or may not have. And so we fill up shoe boxes with, what do we fill up with? Everything.
We fill up shoe boxes with like toys, pencils, like lotion so they don't get ashy legs.
Not lotion. We can't send lotion. But we do.
I think we sent that lotion.
No, we
last
do.
time.
We do send toothpaste and not toothpaste, but toothbrushes and
Toothpaste.
And you're right. A lot of school supplies, markers, pencils, pens, pencil sharpeners, paper pads, clothes, toys. We max it out as much as we can. We stuff it.
And there's
as much as we can.
Under here, I guess.
Mm-hmm. It's just two.
Yeah.
And so that was just
did that 2 years.
That's right. And so let's see. That was day 18. Day 19. I was home and I wasn't feeling all that great, but I remember it was really quiet in the house and not sure what everyone was doing. Excuse me.
They might be planning your birthday.
They could have been, but it was after my birthday.
Wait, that was?
But I got up to look and see what everyone was doing, and everyone in the house was fast asleep. So my husband was on the couch, Becca was in our bed, Mia was on the floor underneath Becca's bed, underneath the blankets, and I don't even remember where I was, but I know it was quiet and everyone was asleep.
Ow. When he got ripped.
But there's the 19 down here on the gingerbread house.
Ow.
Day 20 was my first day back to work because I was feeling ill for a while and I took a couple of days off. Day 20 was my first day back to work, so it was more than just a day. Let's see what did I write down? How do you remember? Oh, but I wasn't really doing well, and so we were scheduled to sing that weekend, and we had to cancel that weekend. But then I also just took a picture of just our tree just to kind of put it in there. 21, it was when you fell asleep in the truck. We were all supposed to go Christmas shopping together, some last minute shopping, and Becca fell asleep in the truck, and my youngest went into the store with me. Usually my youngest falls asleep. Sit down. And sit down. Sorry. And my oldest and I go shopping, but this time the roles were reversed. And so that I journaled about that. Our last minute Christmas gifts and the girls dressing up as a firefighter and
and
a firefighter. And they were just enjoying themselves. So that was on the 22nd. And then this is a picture of them in the truck.
Holding hands.
Holding hands.
And I was awake and Mia was awake.
Yep, and then Becca fell asleep and Mia...
Well, let's keep holding my hand the whole time.
That's right, she held her hand the whole time. Okay. Let's see. 23. We were just not so many days left. I think it was just journaling about... Oh, this is the one we made flower pens for her teachers at the church to give out as Christmas gifts. 24th is us making cookies.
And
That's when my little one started to get sick. She got a little cold, and so we baked some cookies. So this is about us making cookies, just Becca and I, while Mia fell asleep
on the couch.
That's
right. Me as an angel and my other friend.
It was also the Christmas show at the church. So this is a little couple of pictures of Becca and one of her friends at the church. This was later on this evening. Later on that evening when I put out all the Christmas toys. And then there's still some underneath the tree, but this is what the kids get to play with. So that gives Mommy and Daddy a little bit more time to sleep. Hallelujah. This is Mia not feeling well. And my husband snapped that picture before we left for the program. She wasn't feeling up to actually being a part of the program, so I held her the whole time. And then that's Becca, very happy. And she was getting ready to go into her Christmas program. Becca was the first one on the 25th on Christmas Day
to... And I could not really even see. I could not see. All I saw was light.
Becca was the first one to wake up super early. Right after I snapped this photo, Becca woke up and she started playing with all of her toys. And she did get her Christmas wish, was that one big toy.
Christmas prayer.
The Marshall, the Christmas prayer, you're right. The big fire truck. And then while everyone was still sleeping, while Italo, my husband, and my little one were sleeping, Becca and I went out and we got Christmas coffee, right? From the local Christmas shop, from the local Christmas store.
Where we get the coffee, which is the best place in the town. Hey, that brother's in the house.
This is what, the 25th? Yep, this is the 25th. So this is when Mia woke up and she started to go through her toys that were laid out for her. Can you sit, please? Thank you. And these are just these are the gifts from under the tree that she opened up.
And this is our new towels.
Yeah, her Daniel Tiger towel. And there's a picture of her opening up her toys and her little coffee. I don't know if you can see it, but she got a little bit of coffee. It's not really coffee, it's a smoothie, but Becca used to call it Christmas coffee. We used to call it coffee, and it's kind of that term kind of stuck. And then the 26th, Mia was feeling much better, and she opened up all the gifts under the tree and the rest of her toys, because she didn't go through everything on Christmas Day. So this is our Christmas Day part 2. And I was able to even cut that 2 even smaller, but it's the same font as that one. I'm sorry, guys, if I'm not getting all this in camera. The 27th was just a stay-home day, a relaxful day. The 28th, it was the only time I could get them all asleep.
I was sitting on my mom, and Mia was like all the way curled up, and her hair was in my mom's.
It was bedtime, and nobody wanted to go to sleep.
Don't look at me like that.
I'm looking at you.
Don't look at me like that.
And Mia curled up next to me, and then Becca climbed on my side. Yeah, I know you just said it. And that's how I was able to get them to fall asleep. I'm not really asleep, but I loved the idea of just resting, and my husband took that shot. And then this is... Becca had talked to Siri on my phone, and she had asked Siri, so telling Siri a whole bunch of things about she has one sister and how much she loves her mom and dad, and Siri, her response to everything was, "I'm not sure. I understand you." And I thought that was funny. Maybe not to everyone else, but to me it was. The 30th, we went back to the mall. And that's when they actually got their Build-A-Bear from their aunts and uncles who live across the country.
Yeah.
And they both picked out Sky, and so this is them in
And my grandma lives
a
in
spaceship.
New Jersey.
And then this is us on New Year's Eve. That has become a tradition that even if I only do 25 days of Christmas, I always take a New Year's photo. And so this is us on New Year's. For 2019. Who knew what was going to happen? And happy 2019. Hope you can see all that. There we go. And that's everything. So, I hope you guys enjoyed. I want to thank Becca for helping me out. We will talk to you all later.
Bye.
Bye.